Alrighty, hey guys, it's the Fruity Tangerine 17 here, and welcome to the yearly birthday edition of Mega Man 3. A tradition I started last year on my 17th, when I took down the 17th Robot Master of the Mega Man series, Needle Man, and this year we're continuing tradition every August 17th, and this year, in celebration of my 18th, I'll be taking on the 18th Robot Master, Magnet Man, who will probably prove to be a hell of a lot easier than Needleman was last year. I'm not going to be worrying about perfect runs here, but honestly, perfect run here on Magnet Man is probably going to be a hell of a lot easier than it would have been with Needleman when I did this last year. So, here he is, bottom of the stage select screen. The funny thing that's now different is when I did my Needleman run precisely 1 year ago, well, I actually did it on the 18th of August last year because of shenanigans, but almost precisely 1 year ago, I had not yet done my Let's Play of Mega Man 3. Now, I have done my Let's Play of Mega Man 3. I've already talked a bit about all the stages of this game and so on when I did my Search Snake only run, but there's still lots to talk about, and I can't really remember exactly what I talked about in that LP, because I started it back in January, and it took me till, like, March to beat it, but, it's been a while. I haven't been doing that many videos so far this year, which I'm a little bit annoyed with myself about. I really need to get back to trying to do it a little more often. I guess I've just been a bit lazy and unmotivated, but I'm keeping up the tradition, keeping it strong. We're going to take down Magnet Man. Here he is, bottom of the stage select screen. I really like Magnet Man. He's got a cool design, cool concept, cool name, pretty fun stage, really happy piece of theme music, one of the happiest of the series, and a pretty nice looking stage too. His fight's a little boring though, but I guess we'll get into that when we get into the stage. I like his mugshot here, not as much as I like the Needleman mugshot, of course, with those eyes and everything, but still, let's get on with it. So here we go, our good friend, Magnet Man. I love that pose he does with the arms. It reminds me a bit of Quick Man's pose from Mega Man 2, but hey, whatever. Here we are on the stage. I love this sort of sunrisey background here. It's sort of pinkish blue. It's an interesting mix. You don't really see that many kind of things. So here we have the magflies that try and attract you up into them or drop you into the pits, but as long as you're careful with them, it's not really a problem. I don't even have to bother shooting them, really. As you can see, got to be careful not to scroll them back on screen and so on and everything. But yeah, very happy music, but this is where we probably get to the most interesting part of the stage. Our good friend Proto Man shows up here, and we have to fight him. So, spoilers, Proto Man is Mega Man's brother. Not that that's a big spoiler, and this game is 27 years old, so that's not exactly like a new spoiler, like something you haven't had time to figure out up to this point. But yeah, there we go. It's a very simple fight, not very hard. Like, once you get used to it, a bit boring, but kind of fun too. And you have these enemies as well that shoot out these rockets. I can't remember what they're called, and if you get close to them, they start springing around, which is quite fun. So this is where the aesthetic changes up a bit, because we've gone indoors, and you have this sort of odd wallpaperish background here. I'm not sure if I like it. I more prefer the foreground here, with these interesting, like, red coils on the walls and everything. It looks rather nice, though. I do like the stage. And you got these enemies. I can't remember what they're called, but they're in tons of stages. And they're not very hard to beat, as you can see. But these magnets here on the wall actually make it a bit harder. Bit of trivia I think I pointed out during my Let's Play. These batteries here have an R and a W combined on them. The R from Dr. Wright, that being Dr. Light's name in Japan, and the W from Dr. Wily, of course, because the plot in this game is that Dr. Light and Dr. Wily teamed up to make the 8 Robot Masters, and then the 8 Robot Masters malfunctioned, but of course, really, Wily was behind it the whole time, because of course he was. Oh yeah, this room with the health, I forgot about that, but I don't need the health anyway, so. Now this is where things get interesting, because we have Yoku blocks, but the Yoku block patterns aren't very hard, really, and of course, I've got them memorized, so not really a problem for me. There we go. I like how they fit with the background, though. Yoku blocks usually do that in the series. It's a detail that I always appreciate. As you can see, they're congruent with the background. I like that. But there we go. Those last two sections are the only ones over death pits, so it's not really that scary. And now we go up again, because the whole stage has been going down up to this point, so this is pretty interesting. Now this is the only room I'm actually scared of taking a hit in, because this enemy here is called New Shot Man. Can he hit me from here? Okay, he's not going to shoot the other shots. Yeah, he's called New Shot Man, named after the Shot Man enemies from Mega Man 2, and he's actually kind of tricky to avoid getting hit. Pretty much the only threatening enemy in this entire stage, if you know what you're doing, but I'm gonna... Ah, no, there we go. Perfect run's dead. I still am not sure exactly how to kill that guy properly without taking a hit. I have done it before, but hey, why? Hey, I haven't learned it. But anyway, yeah, you can go down here to get some health. Not that I needed it, but I kind of wanted to show that off. Unfortunately, it means we have to fight our good friend who shot me in here. But this gives me a chance of redemption. I can figure out actually how to do this. Not like that, apparently. Okay, so note to self, don't jump up there just after he's finished shooting the horizontal shots. Right, got it. So we have one more of these guys before the boss gate. And there we go. Oh, no, he's not dead yet. Oh! The boss gate is up abnormally high here. Usually it's not this close to the ceiling. Another thing I find kind of interesting about the platforms in the stage is this platform actually standing on right here. You don't usually get many platforms in Mega Man stages that are really thin like this. Usually they like extend all the way to the floor, like down here. And I think it really fits the theming of the stage well, because these things are sort of built like cables surrounding these more girthy floors, or more solid floors, if you will. I think it fits the theme quite nicely. And you also have a boss corridor here that is this random, like, dip in the middle. Very rare, again, to have a boss corridor that isn't just like a straight horizontal line, so there's two unique things about the boss corridor. But anyway, here we go, Magnet Man time. And Magnet Man is easy, I'm really not worried. It's been ages since I fought him, but I'm really not worried about taking a hit here, because all he does is he jumps back and forth, and he can either attract you like that, which you can just run away from, or slide away from, or he'll jump up to the ceiling like that, and shoot 3 magnet missiles at you, which you can easily dodge simply by walking in the opposite direction. So, an extremely easy boss that takes 2 damage from Buster Shot. Very much a popular choice for first. Him and Top Man are usually the most popular first Robot Masters to take down for casual players that don't mind using weaknesses. And oh, I actually took a hit from him. There you go, Magnet Man. I threw you a bone. I took a hit from you. Interesting with the ceiling here as well. The ceiling's also not solid. It's just like one cable, and you can actually see stuff above there. But yeah, Magnet Man, really easy, quick boss fight, pretty satisfying, but it never really changes a whole lot. It does have a bit of RNG in there, but yeah, it's usually the same, pretty much every time, or close enough to the same every time. It gets a little dull, but still quite fun. Definitely more fun than some of the other Robot Masters in the series that get quite tiring after a little while. I've always really enjoyed the boss fights in this game. That's one of the reasons why I always call it my favorite Mega Man game. But I think the choice of favorite Mega Man game becomes somewhat arbitrary, considering how similar every game in the series is to one another. But that said, there are game design differences and different things that have been programmed better in some Mega Man games compared to others, because even though they are so similar to each other, all of them were built on different engines, so yeah, it does result in pretty significant differences at certain times, if subtle. Subtle, but often significant, yeah. That's probably the best way of describing it. Anyway, the awesome weapon get music, Mega Man 3, which just played. I'll let that play out for a little while before going back to the stage select screen, and there we go. Magnet Man has been defeated. That is it for this year. Catch you guys again next year for Gemini Man, Robot Master number 19. Oh, well, we'll discuss some final thoughts on Magnet Man, but I'm going to do that on a different screen, the final thoughts for Magnet Man screen. So, yeah, I guess I really should just wrap it up here. Next year, we will be taking on Gemini Man, who is Robot Master number 19. His stage is a bit more tricky, a bit longer, a bit more tricky. Gemini Man himself is also a bit more of a tricky boss, so this could definitely be a little more challenging compared to Magnet Man, who is very, very quite easy, especially much more so than Needleman's stage, though Needleman's stage is still very short, admittedly, possibly the shortest out of these 8 Robot Masters, so really it is the difficulty of Needleman himself that bolsters that one up, whereas Magnet Man, stage and boss, all pretty simple in the end if you know what you're doing, but even if it's your first time playing, not a bad stage to start at. So I guess we should dive into our final thoughts then at this point. So, Magnet Man, what is there really to say about Magnet Man, eh? Well, as I said, cool design. I like him. I like his coloration with the red. I don't think there's too many fully red Robot Masters, or sort of like red, white, and black. Nice colorations. I like his design, which is pretty simplistic and predictable, but simplistic in a good way. And just a cool concept, really. Magnet Man, he can attract you in. You've got some attracting platforms, like attracting beams in the stage. I think they could have used them a little more. And the Magfly enemies at the start of the stage, it's the only place in the entire game when they show up, and they could have had a bit more potential. I guess this is often the case with Mega Man stages, where they're just usually not quite long enough sometimes to flesh out certain gimmicks, and that's where the Fortress stages can come in to, use some of these things again and flesh it out just a little bit. But in that case, it doesn't really happen so much for Magnet Man, which is a bit of a shame, because yeah, his stage, it's decently short. It's not as short as Needleman's, but it's decently short, and it's also decently easy. So it can get somewhat dull in that regard, particularly with the Proto Man fight, which is pretty basic. As you saw, I didn't take any damage. You just shoot him and go under him. It's no big deal. It gets a little tedious in that regard, but nothing too drastic. But yeah, fun stage, and I like the aesthetic, even if it isn't my favorite in Mega Man 3. It does a solid job, a pretty fun fight, as I mentioned, and I do like the music. Not one of my absolute favorites in the game, but it is a very happy, fun theme. I'd say I like it more than Needleman's, at least, if we're comparing it to the one other stage I've done in these special birthday run episodes. But hey, still, you know what? Fun overall. I enjoyed it, as I always do, and I'm looking forward to doing Gemini Man next year. So yeah, Magnet Man, cool robot master, I approve. Great bang up guy. So see you guys next year for Gemini Man. This is Fruity Tangerine signing off.